Legends. It's Jimmy here from Unstoppable International, and welcome to your next 90 days of your transformation. This is how to achieve more in the next 90 days than you have in the past 9 months. Now, how do we do that? Got a good image of the 300 because I just like that movie. It's badass, but also has some good underlying stories about it where they didn't quit, they didn't give up, they just made do with what they got. And that's going to be the premise. I want you to remember that. Make do with what you've already got. Don't have the perfect plan. You just need to execute on what you already have. So keeping that in mind, this is what we're going to be going through today to make sure that we dominate your health and fitness goals. So not only just like get to where we want to get to, but we're going to absolutely smash it and do it with ease and confidence at the same time. So most people feel like their goal is super far out of reach. So far out of reach. Does yours feel like that? I'm going to ask you a question. Does yours feel like it's out of reach? Is it that you want to lose 10 kilos? Is it that you want to gain 10 kilos of muscle? Like, what is your goal? Does it feel like it is just that ever elusive thing on the horizon? Because most people feel like that they've got to learn more stuff, like knowledge. I've got to go research. I've got to read things. I've got to ask people more questions and stuff like that. And that is good to a point, because knowledge is power, but only if you implement and take action on that knowledge. Because if just knowing is not enough, you've actually got to take action on it. So a good thing here, look, let's go through some quick stats just to put a few things in perspective for you. 65% of the US are overweight or obese. And there's a $60 billion a year industry, which is the fitness industry. So I do not think that knowledge, it's not a lack of knowledge that's holding people back or keeping people obese. I've got an example here. It's going to help put a few more things in perspective as well. I have no idea where I found this example from, but it's pretty good. It's pretty I think she's quite famous actually. You can give her a Google. But and this woman, she's a financial advisor with this company called Mass Mutual in America, and she was successful, but she wanted more. Like, she always wanted more. After implementing, like what we're saying here, with the same strategies I'm about to show you, like further on the next couple of slides, she increased production 400%, and then she ended up getting promoted, becoming one of the first female, or the first female associate, as you can see here, in 103 years of the actual company being started. So these are some good questions. I want you to think about this for a second. I want you to write this down. Get a pen and paper and write this down as we go. What do you think she did? Do you think she did more work? Do you think she had a bigger target audience? Do you think she won bigger cases? She went for more wealthy clients? Like, what do you think that she did? I want you to write something down. Got it? Okay, cool. She focused on improving her execution, as it says here, on the shit that she was already doing. And that's exactly what I said at the start with the 300 example. Do you think that they're sitting there reading in the 300 days? He sat back and goes, hold on, let me just read the battle plan. Let me go onto Google. Or no, fuck that. They just executed perfectly. Well, not perfectly, but they just executed on what they had. Okay, and more steadily and more consistently. So the big words here is consistent on the critical few tasks. Okay? This is going to help reduce confusion. This is going to help reduce stress, frustration. This is going to give you confidence. This is going to give you, at the end of the day, results. So, as with anyone in any situation you are, this is health and fitness, and you can apply this to other areas of your life as well, but you have the capacity right now to double or triple your current results in your body, in your health and fitness. Just think about that, for that example right now. You can double, just think even now, you can double your results that you're getting right now. Fuck, that'd be awesome. So people try and look for that silver bullet. They try and look for that new gadget, that new supplement, that new workout, that new hack, trick, tip. You already have everything that you need to know. I bet watching this, you've read lots of articles, you've had maybe personal trainers in the past, you already know what you got to do. It's just, you got to fucking crack on with it, basically. Now, the trap here with most people with their goals, though, they go, okay, it's 12-month goals, annual goals. Annual thinking leads to, it's too far away for most people. Like, it's good to have that, that ideal at the end of 12 months, but we got to bring it a bit shorter so we can actually get confidence to start taking action towards a shorter term goal that's going to ultimately lead to your 12-month goal. Because as I've written here, it just gives you too much room to be able to just say, look, I'll do it tomorrow. It's okay, I've got another 364 days of the year. And because if you're, depending on what time of the year you're watching this, but you want to make sure that you're maximizing the use of every week, every day, every month. And this is exactly why we introduced the 90-day plan or the 12-week plan. 12 weeks, as I said, every week counts, every month counts, every day counts. Ultimately, we've got here, effective execution happens daily. Daily. Now, when you're executing daily, it doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be huge, but it's just something that pushes the needle just that little bit closer, little bit closer. And the number one sacrifice, your comfort zone. Because where you are right now, let me just put this down. I want you to write this. It's not on the screen. I want you to write this one down. This one might sting a little bit. It might seem a little bit harsh. But when I realized this for myself, it's quite liberating at the same time because you are the ultimate one that can change this for yourself. But your current situation, with your health, with your body, with your fitness, that is all on you. That is 100% your fault. Now, I'm not coming here to blame you or anything, but I want you to take responsibility for it because the choices, the actions you've taken in the past have led you to where you are today watching this video. Now, the good thing about this is you are the master of your future as well. So that means that whatever you do starting today with those daily actions, pushing the comfort zone just that little bit daily, nothing huge, just daily, guess what? 90 days time, you're going to be far, far, far ahead compared to 99% of the population that are using 12-month goals. So this helps you stay on track, but when we have the 90-day goals, let's go back on track here. When we have our 90-day goals with our benchmarks of weekly, daily, monthly, all those excuses, everything that helps, that things that pop up, it doesn't matter anymore because you know exactly what you've got to do that day regardless, okay? So I've gone backwards. Or maybe we doubled up on that. So it helps you stay on track, as we said here. Let's move on. Here we go. Working from a plan. 3 benefits. Reduces mistakes, saves time, provides focus. And you guys are busy. You're probably running businesses. You've got busy careers. You've got families. You've got other hobbies and stuff you want to do. So why not try and do this as simple as possible? And the best way to do it is just have a game plan, simple as read it and do it. That's all you have to do. There's no guesswork. There's no getting all caught up in your head and getting stressed. It's just simple as, did I do the stuff that's on my game plan? Which you will be getting after we do this video, okay? So I want you right now, this is where we're going to start to build your own personalized game plan, and we're going to build upon this as we go along through the course as well, through the program. But I want you to write down now, what is 1, 2, or 3, maximum 3, but what is at least one big thing that you want to achieve with your body, with your health, fitness, over the course of the next 12 weeks, the next 90 days. Write that down and put that sucker somewhere where you can see that every day, whether it's on the back of your screensaver on your phone, whether it's on your fridge, whether it's in your wallet, whether it's on the mirror when you brush your teeth every morning. I don't care. Put it somewhere where you can see it every day, and we're going to attack it with intensity. Yeah? So we've got the goal as the last point here, but now how do we get there? We've got to have the implementation. That's the action. That's the action part. What actions, what steps do we need to take to get there? So again, I probably sound like a broken record, but this is crucial. Daily actions is key to long-term results. And measurement. So how can we score it? Keeping score, measuring. This is all crucial to making sure that we're staying on track to where we want to get to. So we're hitting our daily goals, hitting our weekly goals, hitting our monthly, and then ultimately dominating your 90-day goals. And it builds confidence. So when you can, I'll ask you guys this. Have you ever had like a little to-do list for the day one day when you're feeling inspired or something, and when you're highlighting them off or crossing them off, feels fucking good, doesn't it? Like you're highlighting those bad boys and you're like, yes, yes. And when you get to the end of the day, you review your list and you look at that list and you go, I had such a productive day. I did this, 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 and this, and this. And that is exactly what we do with your personalized plan for your health and fitness. It's just as simple as having a little tiny daily to-do list. Like that, each day it might be a little bit different things here and there, but there's only going to be a simple few little things, and you're just going to have to tick them off every day, and that is going to ensure your success. It's as simple as that. And as the last point I've got here, every time you execute something, so when I say execute, every time you do something, whether it be go to the gym, whether it be try a new way of eating, whether it be anything, okay, new stretches or whatever, every time you do something, you get feedback. Might be like that felt good, that was bad, that tasted like rubbish or whatever. And then that feedback is what we use to make the necessary adjustments, okay? So how do we measure your execution? Simply, just with the actions. So I don't want you to worry about the results initially, because the results will come. If you're sitting here just going, I need to lose 10 kilos, I need to lose 10 kilos, that's great, but what are you doing? So if you can go back and look at your scorecard each week, and over the 90 days, and you just say, for example, worst case scenario, you don't get the result you want. So first thing we do is like, okay, let's look at the scorecard. How did we go? Did we average, 3 training sessions a week? Did you average, 80% of your meals eaten at home or whatever? And, we can go through and look at the benchmarks that we set up for you personally to get to your goal, because each person's a bit differently. So we'll do that personally. But did you execute on those things? And it's simple as just like reading the data, and the data will tell you the story. And we've got here, we want a minimum of 85% completion over the course of whatever cycle we're looking at, weekly, monthly, or ultimately at the end of the 90 days to get to where you want. So you've got a 15% buffer if shit goes south, seriously, like with work or with family or whatever. So no need to be 100% perfectionist either. Here we go. This little quote. I love some quotes. Results are not the attainment of greatness, but simply the confirmation of it. You become great long before the results show it. It happens in an instant, and that instant is the moment that you choose to do the things you need to do to be great. Now pause the screen here. Write that one down. Take a screenshot of it. Whatever you need to do, because I fucking love that quote. How good is that? It happens you become great in an instant. It's the moment that you choose to do the things that you need to do to be great. Love it. So, what's your desired outcome? This is where we start to personalize it for yourself. Always work backwards. So let's start with the big ultimate 90-day goal. I'll keep using the example of losing 10 kilos. Let's say, for example, you want to lose 10 kilos. Work backwards. Get clear on it. What's the reality of your current situation? So we need to know the numbers. We need to know the critical tasks. I can't even spell. And the pain. So write this down as well. So you've got the ultimate what you want to get in 12 weeks time, 90 days time. Get super clear on it. Even if it's like, you want to get those size 32 jeans because your pants are at 36 at the moment, and you've got a wedding that you want to go to, you need to get fitted into the suit and blah, 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 blah. Now I want you to write down the pain that's going to happen if you don't achieve it, or the pain that you're currently in right now. That might be like you might be embarrassed to go to the beach to take your shirt off. You might be embarrassed because you have to go to the tailors for that wedding you're going to get the suit made bigger. Whatever it is, what is the thing that's going to push you to pull your finger out and take some action? And as I said here, pain leads to power. This is the thing that's going to light that fire under you and make you get going. And a great thing that I ask every client here, I'm going to ask you guys as well, is now imagine if we were having this conversation in 90 days' time. What if nothing changes? What if you keep doing the same thing that you've been doing today or for the last however long to get you to where you are now? What would happen? How would that feel? I want you to write all this stuff down. If you need to take a moment, pause it. How would that feel if you stayed the same? Now, let's go to this. Let's go to the next question. Now, how would it feel if we're having this conversation in 90 days' time and you've got your result? Write this down. I want you to be as clear as you can. I want you to get into this as much as possible. What does it feel like? What would you be doing differently? How would you be acting? Would you be doing different activities? Right? Get a very vivid picture of what it would look like once you achieved it. So if you need to pause this, because it's going to take maybe a minute or two to write that down, and then we can move on. We're nearly done as well, guys. We're nearly finished. So new habits. When you still have your old shitty habits, that gives us a shitty return on our investment. So once we get new tasks, which we're going to get, got to get rid of the old habits first. So let's say, for example, you drink beer every night. Well, that's a shitty habit. That gets you a shitty return on investment. Maybe awesome return on investment, depending on which way you're looking at it. But if you want to get a great return on investment with your health and your fitness, which is exactly why you're here, then drinking beer every night is not a good habit. So we need to get rid of that one first. Now, maybe not totally completely, but if you're drinking 7 nights a week or 5 nights a week, it's time to fucking cool it, yeah? Because we know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that that's no good for you. So now you need to reward yourself. This is after you've, say, for example, achieved your 30-day milestone. What do you want now that you have to hit your goal? I don't even know why I wrote that. But anyways, rewarding yourself is key. Now, don't reward yourself with the thing that you've taken out. So if it's like, say, for example, you've taken away beer completely, the worst thing you can do at day 30, once you've smashed 30 days of no beer, is to go on a fucking bender for 3 days. Like, that is just not right. So choose something else that's going to be more fulfilling, that's not attached to the same thing that you removed. Here we go. Now, I want you guys to write down this. What is the one thing that is going to stop you? What is the one big thing? Or even though I've got 3 here, if you can write down 3 things, I want you to tell me why. So let's use the 10 kilo example. Say, for example, you want to lose 10 kilos. Tell me why you're going to fail. Tell me. Tell me why. Write it down. Tell yourself why you're going to fail. Or tell yourself what are the 3 things that are going to stop you or prevent you from getting your result. Could be psychological things. Could be like motivation, that you don't think that you're good enough, that you don't deserve it. Could be actual things like you have no fucking clue about diet. Could be you don't have a gym membership. Could be that you might have a little niggly injury, that's sort of niggly shoulder injury, that's preventing you from doing like any pushing movements. Like whatever you feel like your big 3 obstacles are, write them down. Because what we're going to do right now is we're going to blow those mothers out of the water to make sure that you are pushing through and getting to where you need to get to. Because that's exactly why we're here. There's fucking problems. I'm a problem solver. Let's do this, guys. We're going to do this together. So write down 3 things. Fill your 3 things. Who can help me? Now, 9 times out of 10, if you're watching this, it'll be me, one of the guys on my team. Who can help me? Just say it's a diet thing. You're not too sure about how to eat when you've got a busy work schedule, when you're on the road or whatever. Okay, good question. Like you feel like that's your thing? Reach out. Reach out to someone who can help you. Why can they help you? Okay? Now, why can they? Do you feel like that they have the right credentials? Or, maybe you need to go to a physio because they'll be able to tell you exactly what exercises you can do and what exercises you can't do. So you can actually just get going and stop using the injury as an excuse so you can just work around it instead. Do you see where I'm going with this? So this is all interactive. You should be writing all this down. Now, how can I overcome this problem? Boom. I just helped you out with that one there. And this is the big one. This is the big one. When are you going to do it? I want a specific day. I want a specific time. I want whatever. It could be something as simple as like, I need to ask Jimmy about nutrition. Okay, when is that getting done? Today, right now. Done. Easy. Look at that. And that starts the momentum, starts the conversation, starts the process of getting your obstacles shot down so you can absolutely just smash right through it. Making sense? Good. So now 60-day benchmarks, we work backwards. 60-day, 30 days, 7 days. So again, let's just use, because it's easy, the 10 kilo example. 10 kilos at 90 days. At 60 days, you want to have lost, like, what's that, 3.3 kilos. At 60 days, you want to have lost 6.6 kilos. At 30 days, you want to have lost 3.3 kilos. You get where I'm going with this? Just the 10 kilos divided by 3. And then you have 7 days. What are the critical things must get done? What must get tracked? What must get measured? And that's where I'm going to help you out with this right now. So I haven't got a slide for this one, but I'll do some, this will become more apparent. We'll talk about this all the time. It's our key 4. So key 4 elements of any health, fitness, transformation program with the unstoppable methods that we do is number 1. The pillar number 1 is nutrition. That is crucial, okay? So that is pillar 1. Pillar 2 is your training, yep. Pillar 3 is recovery. Are we resting, recovering properly? Massage, or saunas, whatever it is that you might need to do. And then number 4 is mindset. Do we need to do things? Do we need to read things, or do we need to have different things to help that we're staying on track with the mind, with the motivation? So those are the 4 key pillars. And each 7 days, we're going to give you a benchmark that's going to be tied to your 90-day goal, tied to the 30-day goal, which will give you like 7-day mini tasks to complete, 1 per week, and that's it. Simple. So go through this. Hope this opens your eyes a little bit about the whole process. This is going to make it so much easier once we get stuck into it. So participate, participate, participate is all I can say. Write all this shit down. Get your stuff organized. Reach out to people you need to help blow your obstacles out of the water. Have your goals written down. Have that stuff, that big goal written up on the mirror somewhere, or somewhere where you can see it every day. And guys, let's fucking do this together, and let's dominate. And don't be a stranger. If you've got any question, pop it up in the Facebook group, because no question is a stupid question. Anyways, this is Jimmy. Peace. I'll speak to you soon. Good luck. We'll chat on the next one.